When I started church interpreting, it looked like this. Psalm 47:1, clap your hands, all you nations. Psaume 47, verset 1, vous tout peuple, battez des mains. Shout to God with cries of joy. Poussez vers Dieu des cris de joie. But it could also be like this now. Psaume 47, verset 1. Vous tout peuple, battez des mains. Poussez vers Dieu des cris de joie. Or even this. Psaume 47, verset 2. Vous tout peuple, battez des mains, poussez vers Dieu des cris de joie.
Psalm chapter 47 verse 2, all you people clap your hands with cries of joy towards God.
So what is the difference, and how should your church become multilingual? That's what we're exploring in this episode of Inside Interpreting. This form of interpreting, which we'll call on-stage interpreting, needs no extra equipment, but makes everything take longer. This one, which we'll call simultaneous interpreting, needs equipment and training to do well, but doesn't take any longer. And this one is machine interpreting. It's cheap and doesn't need people at all. But that's not the whole story. Let's look at the advantages of each of them. On-stage interpreting is great for a single language. It needs very little equipment, just an extra mic, and it also puts languages front and centre, which is a very good thing. Simultaneous interpreting is great for any number of languages. If you want more languages, you just add more interpreters. It doesn't disturb the service in any way, and nowadays the interpreters can be literally anywhere in the world. Anywhere. No interpreters in your church? Why not just recruit interpreters from somewhere else? As for machines, they're cheap. Sometimes. And most machine interpreting services come with way more languages than any church could ever need. But what about the problems? The biggest problem with on-stage interpreting is time. It will roughly double the length of your sermons. It also can't be easily expanded into other languages. You can offer one language, maybe two if you have a really smart sound team. The biggest problem with simultaneous interpreting is cost. There isn't any way to get it cheaply. It also involves skills that not all bilingual people have, so finding the right people to do it can be hard. As for machines, well, the free machine interpreting apps will make silly mistakes in church that you really don't want to see, while church-specific ones come with their own costs and take time to bed in. There's no such thing as a perfect solution. So what's the answer? Your vision and strategy determines how you provide interpreting. Start with asking questions about why you want interpreting, how important it is for your church, and the price you're willing to pay to love, disciple, and develop people who speak different languages. Do that and you get halfway there. Then look at your resources and priorities and you get even closer. And you don't even have to stick with the same solution forever. While you make do with machines, you can be training up interpreters to deliver it human interpreting. You can move from one language on stage to many languages simultaneously. You can even start with cheaper simultaneous interpreting using Zoom or another basic sound broadcasting app before moving to something with a few more useful features. It's entirely up to you. You can use different forms of interpreting for different languages or for different meetings. In fact, you can even decide to use subtitles on a screen instead of having interpreting people can listen to. It's up to you and your church. But the main thing is that we should avoid picking a way of delivering interpreting just because it's the easiest or cheapest. As I said a minute ago, what matters is that you care enough about people to sit down and develop a vision, a strategy, and a commitment to listen to the people who you're trying to serve. Do that, and it becomes much easier to make the right decisions. And if you would like someone to walk the road with you, helping you ask the right questions and deliver interpreting in a way that is effective for your church, drop me a message and ask about consulting. I'm Jonathan Downey, and this is Inside Interpreting from Integrity Languages.